I'm Angel Ortega, and I will make a how-to video on my cinematography tips that I use to make my music video to the song Take Me to Church. Um, Basically, in this how-to video, I'm going to talk about some of the tips and tools I wanted to use the most when filming, and which ones I didn't use too much, and which ones I could have used more, and just things like that. So, start over here with camera controls. This is really important just because of the fact that you have to know your ESO and stuff, and you have to adjust it. And when I was filming outside, you can see that I had to do a lot of color editing in Final Cut because the weather was completely different. One day it was snowy, it was cold, it was more like you had more of a blue colored feel, and then the other day it was warm, it was sunny, then you had like your yellow warm tint. So adjusting the camera controls helped me a lot and could have saved me a lot of time if I did that at the very beginning, because you can go ahead and change the exposure, and that could have changed your coloring so you don't have to do much editing and have so much editing time. Another camera control you can basically do is your zoom out, zoom in effects. I did a lot of that, especially since my video didn't have a lot to it. It was more of just the angles and the way you place yourself, based more than just the filming itself. Some more that we can talk about is the exposure. That's really important also, just because sometimes having more exposure just gives your film a little bit more wow factor to it and just something to look at. But sometimes like your lighting's just something that has to be good, and if you don't have your lighting, then your project just some of the scenes can't be used because of it. Focusing basics. That one's a huge one in this piece because when I was filming Amy, focusing her, I had to do a shot where I walked around her, and this shot I had to focus a lot on her and her placement, and my focus kept wanting to go off to the side when I turned to my body, and so I had to try to stay in focus and get the lens to really capture my subject. Some more things like lighting and flashes, and so in the speed down, things like that. As far as the speed, I chose not to use any slow motion or to speed it up because of the fact my last project I used a lot of that, and I took advantage of that, and it was just something that I did not want to use in this project. Things like the lighting reflectors and the lamp reflectors, I didn't use any of that because I was outdoor lighting. So with outdoor lighting, you have to go up here and you have to look at your ISO sensitivity and your exposure and your camera controls, things like that. Things that have to do with the camera. This project I was super disappointed in just because of the fact that filming takes a lot of time. Filming outside takes a lot of time. You have to have the weather to match. You have to have your props done. You have to have your actors ready and to meet a set time. And having a job and cheerleading and cross country and all these things, like there's a lot that you have to schedule around, and weather is something you kind of can't schedule around. Either it's you're gonna do it today or you're not. So there's just a lot that can change the timing, because that's not how I had it on my plan. This wasn't going to be just a project that I rushed last minute, but it ended up being that way because of time and me not doing time management well. Another thing that I wish I would have changed is the fact I would have done a completely different project, because filming just takes so much, and it's just something that I feel like for one person to do, it's nearly impossible to make it like wow and grand. Like I really feel like you need a strong like partner that's like dependent partner, and so doing it by myself kind of was hard. One thing I do like about my project is the fact that I don't know, I got what I was supposed to say in it. I knew what the meaning I wanted it to be, but that doesn't mean that my audience did. But you can feel free to comment and see if like you felt that you understood what the video meant and stuff. If not, understand. Basically, I had what I wanted to accomplish. I knew how to get there, but I didn't get there because of time, because of me being like lost my time management, not putting this project first. Like I would put this project, push it off and push it off, and I wouldn't stress because oh, I have more time and it'll be alright. I have like 2 or 3 days. No, that's not okay. Like you can't get to that point where you're like, I'm gonna start the project now, and when it's like 2 weeks past. So just time hurt me a lot. But yeah, that's my how-to video, the basics I use, the technique, and this is exposure guide. You can find it on this website with the URL up here. It's basically one of my main tutorials, and I wish I would have followed it more. But that is all for this how-to video. Thank you.